Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yes, in the last class, we have studied about the Java procedures, Java inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. And today's topic is chapter number 26, Java packages. What are the various Java packages that is available? So packages are used in Java in order to prevent naming conflict, to control access, to make searching, locating, and the usage of the classes, interfaces, enumerators, and annotation easier. So whatever the data, whatever the part that is available with the that is used with the database, that is used to conflict or to control the access, to modify or to search out or locating, and the usage of the classes, interfaces, enumerators, and so on. That is the Java packages. So when we say about the packages that are used in the Java in order to prevent the naming conflicts, to control the access, to make the usage of the product, to make the usage, that is searching, locating, and the usage of the classes, interfaces, enumeration less, and the annotations easier. And a package can be defined as a grouping of the related objects, related types, that is classes, that may be interfaces, that may be a control access, whatever the access, whatever the criteria that is available, that is depend on the control access to make searching, locating, and the usage of the classes, interfaces, enumerators, and the annotation very easiest. Now, what is a package? That is a grouping of the related types. So whenever we are saying about the package, that means group of the related types or related type, that may be classes, that may be interfaces, enumerations, or the annotation. So whatever we compile, whatever we group into one, that is known as the package that provides the access protection and the namespace management. Now, some of the existing packages in the Java are Java.language. So this is one of the package that is available. That is the Java.lang language. Then bundles the fundamental classes. Bundles means that compiles the fundamental classes. Then Java.input output. That is the classes for the input output function that are bundled in this package. Then programmers can define their own package to bundle group of the classes, interfaces, etc. And it is a good practice to group related classes implemented by you so that the programmer can easily determine that the classes, interfaces, enumerators, annotations are related with each other. They are compiled with each other. Since the packages creates a new space, there won't be any more conflicts with the name in other packages. Using the packages, it is easier to provide access control, and it is also easier to locate the related class. Locate the related class means whatever the classes that is available, that is used to locate them, that is used to done them. Now next is how to create a package. So when creating a package, you should choose a name for the package and put a package statement with that name at the top of your source file that contains the classes, that contains the interfaces, enumerations, and the annotation type that you want to include in the package. And the package statement should be the first line in the source file. That could be or there can be one package statement in each of the source file that it applies to all types in the file. And if the package statement is not used, then the class, interface, enumerators, annotation type will be put into the unnamed package. That means they are putting out in the unnamed package, that name is not defined, that name is not present in the packages. Now, next is example. So let us look at an example that creates a package known as the animal. So it is common practice to take an example. It is common practice to use lowercase names of the packages to avoid any conflict with the names of the classes, with the names of the interfaces. Now, put an interface in the package animal. This is the file name, then animal.java that is available. So there's the interface animal, then public void eat, public void travel, then fold. So put an implementation in the packages, that is the animal that is used over here. So when we say about the packages, for example, this is the animal package that is available. So this is the package that provides an implementation of the animal, that the file name mammal int.java, then public class mammal ints implement the mammal. So this is the mammal int that implements the mammal. So there is a public class mammal int implements animal, then public void eat. Now we are declaring the function as a eat. Then system.out.println, that is a mammal eats. So this is the next part, that is a public void or system.out.println, that is a mammal eats. Then next is public void travel. Next function that is used is the travel function that is available. So that is a public class mammal int implements the animal, that animal is implemented with this one. Then system.out.println mammal travels. There's a mammal that is travels over here. There's a public void travel. Then system.out.println mammal travels. Then public int no of legs. So there is a no of legs, that is the next function that is available. This is a public int no of legs, then return 0. Then public static void main string args, that is a mammal int m equals to new mammal int then m dot eat, then m dot travel. So this is the m dot eat, then m dot travel, that is also available with the mammal int. Then now you can compile these two files and put in the directory. So we can compile these files and put in the directory or subdirectory known as the animal and tries to run that code. So there is a mkdir animals, then cp animal dot class mammal int class animals, then java animals mammal int, then mammal eats mammal travel. So there are two parts of this again. There the mammal eats, there the mammal travel. There are two parts that is used with this one. The next is the import keywords. If a class wants to use another class in the same package, the package name does not need to be reused. So that is not need to be reused again and again. And the classes in the same package finds each other without any special syntax. So there is no special syntax that is used for the Java packages for the same package that is available. Now there is example. A class named box is added to the payroll package that already contains the employee, and the boss can refer to the employee class without using the payroll prefix. So there is no payroll prefix that is available that is added in the payroll that demonstrated by the following boss class. So this is the package payroll, then public class boss. So there is a class of the public type. Now the name of the class is boss. Then public void pay employee. So whatever the data, whatever the target that is available. So there is a public void pay employee. Then e dot mail check. So there is a function that is defined, that is a mail check function, e dot mail check. So what happens if the boss is not in the payroll package? The boss class then use one of the techniques that is used in the different packages, because there is the one package that is defined in this one, so that is used with the package that is used with the defined class. Now the fully qualified name of the class can be used. For example, this is the payroll.employee. This package will be imported using the import keyword and the wildcard character, that is a asterisk. For example, when we define there is the import payroll, then there is a star. Now the class itself can be imported using the import keyword. For example, import payroll.employee. Now a class file can contain n number of the import statements, and the import statements must appear after the package statement and also before the class declaration. This can appear before the package or after the package statement, but before the class declaration. This is one of the main things. This is a note. Now, what is the directory structure of the package? So first of all, there is a name of the package becomes a part of the name of the class. Then there is a name of the package that must match the directory structure where the corresponding bytecode resides. Now, put the source code for a class interface, enumerators, or the annotation types in a text file whose name in the single or sample file is given, whose extension is .java. Now there is a file name that is a car Java available. Then there is a package vehicle. So there is a file name that is used with the car Java. Then there is a package that is defined as a vehicle that contains multiple parts. Then there is a public class car. Now there is a class that is a card is defined. Then there is a class implementation. This is the curly braces. Then there is a class implementation. Then again this closing curly braces will be closed. Now put the source file in a directory whose name reflects the name of the package to which the class belongs. So that is a package that which the class belongs. There is a vehicle car.java. Now the qualified class name and the path name would be as follows. So there is a class name vehicle.java. So we are using the class name, then vehicle.car that is used. So vehicle is a package that is described of the car package. Then there is a path name vehicle car.java that is window. Whatever the car.java, but is a vehicle that is used. So we are defining with extension.java. And in general, a company uses its reverse internet domain name for its package names. Whatever package name, whatever the defined name, whatever the domain name that is defined over here. Now, example, a company internet domain name is apple.com. So there's a domain name that is available is apple.com. Then all its packages name would start with com.apple. That name starts with the .com or the .com.apple, and each component of the package name correspond to a subdirectory. Whatever the package name, whatever the criteria that is responding out, so that correspond to a subdirectory. Now this is one of the example. The company had a com.apple.computers package that contains a del.java source file. It would be contained in the series of the subdirectories. So that will contain in the series of the subdirectories like there's the .com, then apple, then computers, then del.java. And at the time of compilation, the compiler creates a different output file for each class, interface, and the enumerator that is defined on or in it. And the base name of the output file is the name of the type, and its extension is .class. That extension is given as a .class. Now there is a file name del.java. There is a package com.apple.computers, then public class del, then class up. So we are using the class up. Now compile this file as follows using the D option. This is the $java cd, then del.java. And this would put compiled files as follows. This is the .com apple computers del.class, .com apple computers ups.class. You can import all the classes or the interfaces defined in .com.apple.computers as follows. This is defined with this one, that is the import type. Likewise, we are using the .source or the Java source file that is contained that defines a programmer without revealing the resources, without revealing the compiler, Java virtual machine that can find all types of the program that uses that one. Now the full path of the classes to the classes directory, part 2 directory is also known as a class path and is set with the class path system variable, and both the compiler and the JVM construct the path to your .class files by adding the package name to the class path. Say, when you say about the part 2 classes is the class path and the package name is the com.apple.computer, then the compiler and the JVM will look for .class files in the part 2 classes.com.apple.computers. And the class path may also include several files path, and a multiple path should be separated by a semicolon or a colon. And by default, the compiler and the JVM search the current directory and the jar file containing the Java platform classes so that these directories are automatically in the class path. Now, next is set class path system variable. So to display the current set class path variable, use the following commands in Windows. This is the set class path, then Unix echo class path, then again set the class path, then again unset the class path, and also export the class path. And to set how to set in Windows, go to the or type the get class path, click on the C, then users, then Jack, then Java classes. In your next, there's the class path, home, Jack, Java classes, export class path. Now next is what are the various Java structure that is defined over here. So just take 1 minute break. Now next is the Java structures or data structure that is used. So that data structures are used by the Java utility package that are very powerful and performs a wide range of the functions. And these data structure consist of the following interfaces and the classes. So now there are multiple interfaces, there are multiple classes that is defined by the data structure. Now first is the enumerators, then there is a bit set, vector, stack, dictionary. So there are multiple parts of the data structure by which we can define the data structure of the Java. So one is the enumerators by which we can give the numbers or the values to the variable name that is defined over here. Then there is a bit set, then there is a vector, stack, dictionary, hash table, property. There are multiple parts that is defined with the data structure that stores the interfaces and the classes. And all these classes are now legacy, and Java 2 has introduced a framework known as the collection framework, which is discussed in the next tutorial in the next part of the Java, that is the Java structures. There is the enumeration, there is a bit set, there is a vector, stack, dictionary, hash table, properties. All these classes are now legacy and available in this one. First part is enumeration. That interface is not itself a data structure, but it is very important within the context of other data structure that defines a means to retrieve the successive element from a data structure, or that from a data structure. Successive means a consecutive element that is defining the data structure. For example, when we say about the enumerations, that defines a method known as the next element that is used to get the next element in a data structure that contains multiple elements. And this interface also defines a method by which you can enumerate the elements in a collection of the objects. There are multiple collection of the object that is enumerated within the data structure. Now the legacy interface has been superseded by the iterator, although not depreciated, but it is considered obsolete for the new code, and it is used by the multiple or the several methods that is defined by the legacy classes, such as the vector, properties that is defined or that is used with the other classes also, that is used with the other legacy system also. And the legacy interface has been superseded by the iterator. That means we are using the iterations, we are using the iterator that is defined with the enumerations. Now there is a method with the description that is defined. There is the boolean has more element that returns. There are still more elements to extract.